Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kent Benson, chairman and founder of the Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association. I want to welcome everyone here today. Thank you all for coming. I'd like to also thank Daryl and Tracy Draper, owners of 1000 Degree Wood Fired Pizza, for allowing us to have our press conference here. There's a lot of information I'd like to cover, but in a very short time. I want you to also know that you can go to the YouTube /XL Sports or YouTube Stephen Stremming for this press conference to see it again. Again, thank you very much for coming. I'd like to read a statement here to you that my partner, Bob Petty, who is from Carlsbad, California, he was unable to attend today because he's quarantined, but he sends his regards and everything. I'd like to also introduce some important people and thank them for being here. First of all, I'd like to introduce State Representative Tom Saunders. Thank you very much, Tom, for joining us here. Also, I can't thank these folks enough for helping me in my recovery and getting stronger and better with my double knee replacement, and that's Tony Cox and his staff at the Henry Community Health Sports Medicine. Thank you all very much for everything that you're doing. Thank you for being here today as well. And then I'd also like to introduce an individual that has been in the limelight for quite a long time here in the last few years, a guy that is from Pendleton, Indiana, played at Butler University, is playing professional basketball as well. Kellen has been very helpful in assisting us with our relationships with Pendleton, which happens to be one of our locations for one of our teams. Kellen Dunn, thank you for being here. Kellen? Okay. Next, I'd like to make that statement that Bob and I put together so everyone understands where we're coming from and the principles for which we're going to be operating the Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association. I'd like to make it perfectly clear the Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association will be honoring and respecting God, prayer, our United States of America, our American flag, our United States of America national anthem, our United States of America Pledge of Allegiance, our United States of America Constitution, the United States of America, the state of Indiana. We will also respect the United States veterans and our United States America servicemen and women, police, sheriff, fire, and all first responders. Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association and our team owners, sponsors, vendors, advertisers, family, children, and fans, and the media, and we expect the same in return. So we are excited about this opportunity. We feel that there's a lot of talent that is out there that deserves the opportunity to play professional basketball. They may not be NBA quality players right now, but some of them will hopefully develop into NBA potential and possibly G League. And of course, with Kellen's expertise and all in the European and overseas basketball. So we have an opportunity to help a lot of players pursue their professional basketball playing career. To start out here, I'd like to open in prayer. If you would, bow with me. Father God, we ask you to bless our efforts in bringing the Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association to communities who need hope, to students who need mentors, to cities who need to become united, and to players who've been praying for an opportunity. Allow us to use basketball only as a tool to spread your name and your word, and that we bring honor and glory to you. In Jesus' name, amen. On our agenda here, I want to introduce our staff. Of course, I've mentioned my partner, Bob Petty, who's had a lot of experience. Bob also has 3 semi-professional teams in California, and Bob is the president and founder of Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association. Next, I have with me here Gary Montgomery. Gary is our Vice President of Community Relations. Gary, thank you very much for being here. And our Vice President of Ticket Sales is Joe Petty, who is brother to my partner Bob Petty. I'd like to read to you our Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association mission statement. The Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association is excited to bring semi-professional basketball teams to cities in Indiana, cities across the U.S., and even worldwide. Hoosier Hardwood Basketball is devoted to community involvement, school partnerships, and allowing athletes to accomplish their personal dream of playing professional basketball. As an organization, we promise to inspire, mentor, and lead using God-centered principles and putting Him first in all that we do. That is the foundation, of course, of what we base our principles for which we're operating on throughout the entire association. Next, I'd like to share with you some details that are important for our continuing to grow from this inaugural press conference. First of all, our exhibition season will be, we'll have 4 games, and these exhibition games will start in late November all the way through January. So it gives us an opportunity not only to, at our Combine, which will be on Saturday, November 7th at the Hoosier Gym in Nicetown, Indiana, from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It gives us an opportunity to not only see these kids, I say kids because I'm an old man and they're a lot younger than me, these players to perform in a game-setting situation. So our plans are to have at least 4 games. Excuse me. Our regular season will be from March to May. That's an area we feel is a very open time and an opportunity where a lot of the players will be coming from overseas, having stopped their play early because of the pandemic. Next, all our games will be played on the weekends. We'll not have any games during the week because we feel that this gives these players an opportunity to continue to do whatever they have to do in regards to other businesses or jobs that they may have and be able to participate on the weekends. We will have 10 home games and 10 away games. There'll be a 12-player roster. 4 players will be practice players, and then there will be 8 paid roster players. And the 4 players who are basically practice players. They have an opportunity to prove themselves for an away game or even beat out one of the paid players. So we're trying to keep competition within the team as well, to keep the excitement, the energy, the talent at the highest that we can possibly have. All our games, we're planning on streaming those and recording them. Again, I'm gonna say you can go to YouTube, XL Sports, and or Steve Stremming to view this. Steve, is that XLH Sports? XL Sports. Okay, thank you. And then, yes, sir.
And one thing that you may tell everyone too, during the season, you'll be able to see this. This works out where you think it's going to be on Indiana Sports Network, but you can actually see it on TV in your home.
Okay, did everyone hear that? If things work out, we're planning on having this also live on what, six TV stations through Indiana Sports Network. Through our great friend Tony Harper and Tara Hogue. So we'll keep you abreast of that as well through our wonderful press and media here. So thank you. We will be playing all our games with NBA rules. I've had an opportunity to speak with our official our official coordinator for our officials. Does that make sense? The official coordinator of our officials, okay? Tom Boyd. Tom has been very helpful in us securing very talented officials to officiate our Indiana Class Basketball All-Star Classic, and they're really qualified too to be able to do this on an NBA level, just learning the NBA rules. So we're excited about that and appreciate Tom's support. The potential teams that we have right now, we're looking at here in Newcastle. All right. Of course, being my hometown, of course, I would be disappointed if we didn't have a semi-pro basketball team here. And I've had an opportunity to speak with the superintendent of the Newcastle Community Schools, Dr. Matt Shoemaker, and he has allowed us access to the facilities. Primarily, it'll probably be Jake Pasman floor there at the Parkview Junior High. It'll seat about 2,000 people to start out with. We hope to grow to a larger fan base. Next will be, and this isn't in any order, okay? We're also, we'll be having a team in Pendleton. And I really appreciate Kellen coming here and supporting us here. He's been very helpful and will be very helpful in helping us secure players and act as a consultant for us in as we move forward. And we've also had an opportunity to secure Pendleton facilities through Dr. Joe Buck, who is the superintendent there at Pendleton. Next, we have Terre Haute. I'll be meeting with a group of individuals through Gary Montgomery, setting it up with a group of individuals in Terre Haute that have genuine interest in having a team there. And last but not least, our fourth team is probably going to be out of Bedford. I have a very close friend and all that is excited about having a team there, be an owner of a team, and his son being a coach. His son, Mark, went to Algeria with me on a couple of occasions to teach Indiana basketball to the Algerians. So excited about that opportunity. One of the things that we want you to know is that we're not limited to 4 teams. We feel at the beginning of this Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association that it's important to start out something that's very manageable. And we feel that 4 teams this first year, anywhere from 4 to 6 teams, is very manageable. And as excuse me, as we grow, we'll be expanding in several other communities as well. We have interest in Evansville, Valparaiso, Muncie, Richmond, Columbus, Indiana. So, and I could name several others that have shown interest in wanting to be a part of our basketball association here. In regards to player recruitment, with an average compensation somewhere around about $2,000 a month, but that's going to vary from player expertise and all and their experience. So that's something that we're looking at and continue to work on. We feel that we're going to attract a lot of elite players with the help of Kellen and other players who have an interest in what we're doing. We're very thankful of that. But we'll be also offering performance-based bonuses and jersey deals to specific players. We'll recruit former players, and of course we're going from all our universities here in Indiana. Okay, we will adhere to the IHSAA rules, making sure that anyone that's 18 years and older and is no longer participating in the game of basketball or as an athlete, so they don't jeopardize their eligibility or put the school in a situation, as well as the NCAA. We'll be adhering to the NCAA rules and regulations for them as well. Of course, I'd be redundant if I didn't say we'll be recruiting players from IU, Purdue, Notre Dame, Butler, Indiana State, Ball State, Indiana Wesleyan, Taylor University, Anderson University, and on. So we've been blessed here in Indiana to have tremendous universities throughout the state that they host great basketball as well. And we couldn't be any more blessed than to have tremendous talent coming out of these schools to be a participant in our league. Excuse me.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm not sure if someone actually ordered this, if it's supposed to go on the line. Did someone order a deep dish, or is Daryl sending it back?
That's good. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Next, I want to make sure that you understand that we're going to be involved with the communities that we're in. Our players will be involved. They'll be involved with the schools as well. And like having our players read to students in the library, leading basketball drills with students during PE, eating with the students during lunch, mentoring students, providing basketball camps and skills training and all. So we're going to involve our players within the community because we feel it's very important in order to increase and build our fan base to be involved in the community and especially the schools as well. Being here in Indiana, we're so blessed with the game of basketball, and this is Mecca of basketball, no doubt. Also, we'll be providing exciting family-focused basketball games in the community with a goal of positively impacting the community through basketball, mentoring of the youth and everything. So we'll be fulfilling dreams, helping players to fulfill their dreams of playing professional basketball, giving the community a reason to team up, work with, and cheer our local basketball players and teams. One of the things that want to be sure that we understand that Bob and I happen to be the figureheads that have started this, but in order to be successful in anything, you have to have a team around us that is that buys into the vision, that wants to see the success happen. And we've been so blessed with some of the people that I've already named and introduced to you as a part of our team that wants to make sure that, this is our inaugural press conference. Our next event will be, again, on November 7th, Saturday, November 7th, will be our first combine. We plan on having at least 3 combines and four exhibition games before the season starts. That combine, again, will be at the Hoosier Gym in Nicetown, Indiana on November 7th, Saturday, November 7th, from the hours of 12 noon to 3 p.m. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be also our metric goals for our whole organization is this: we'll need players, about 25 players at our combine to have a good look at it. We feel that we can bring in at least 25, maybe more players. We're looking for investors and owners of teams. We're in constant communication with several potential individuals in that regard. We have coaches, need for coaches in every city. We have some individuals here today that have some interest possibility of that, being coaches. We'll need GMs, general managers, with each team, and the general manager will be responsible to making sure that the high school gym on the day of the game, there'll be game day operations. They'll be making sure that the three-point line is at the NBA level. The 3-point or the 3-second lane is widened from the high school. So that'll be part of their responsibilities in making sure that the games are ready to be played. We'll also be looking for sponsors to cover player compensation, uniforms, officials, and away games and expenses. So this isn't just an operation that by Bob and I and our organization and an owner, but we're going to be reaching out, of course, Gary, through his being the Vice President of Community Relations, has a lot of contacts, individuals that we know who have an interest in being sponsors. We look forward to that as well. We'll also be having an all-star game and all, and that's of course down toward the end of the season and all. We'll have that. From the 4 teams that we will have this first year, we're looking at possibly putting together 12 of the top players to maybe represent a team in the basketball league, which is and also the G League as well. What can you do to help bring a semi-pro basketball team to your city? We have special gifts, talents, and resources, and to help us revitalize the tradition of Indiana basketball. I really am excited about this opportunity, having been associated with one of my best friends in life, Stephen Stremming, also my business partner in the Indiana Class Basketball All-Star Classic that we've now operated successfully for 12 years, and it's all about showcasing kids to college coaches across the country to help them have an opportunity to advance and play at the college level with the great game of basketball. And there's so many kids out here that is under the radar simply because times have changed with their exposure to the press and the media and to college coaches all across the country. And with that, we feel that this semi-pro basketball league will be another step towards maybe hosting some of our former players that have participated in our events. And I have to also back up a little bit. Bob Petty and I have a after-school program called Bibles for Ballers. Here in Indiana, over the course of the years, we've noticed a lot of decline in the fundamentals of the game of basketball, and we are operating a grades 2 through 8 in about 7 different schools, a 3-day, 2-hour after-school program where we teach the kids fundamentals in the first hour, and we have a 15 to 20 minute segment where we have a Bible lesson or a guest speaker come in who share their testimony and their faith. And then the last 45 minutes is we play games that the kids want to play: 5-on-5, 3-on-3, 2-on-2, dribble tag, and of course their favorite is knockout, the game of knockout. So it's neat to see how these kids, just in a matter of 3 days, 2 hours after school, how a lot of them come out of their shell. They're really having an opportunity to learn about the game of basketball, learning fundamentals and everything, and to see them leave that Bibles for Ballers experience at their school, they can't wait till the next time. And usually we go those 1 week at each school in the spring, and then also in the fall. So hopefully when this COVID calms down and everything, we'll be back in the schools with that. But we feel that all this goes hand in hand with bringing our Hoosier Hardwood Basketball Association Semi-Professional Basketball League to Indiana. And that right now wraps it up for this segment of it. I'd be happy to answer any questions that I may, and if not, I'll defer those to my business partner, Bob Petty, that he'll answer online later on. Thank you very much.
I'm just curious about the nicknames of the teams. Has there been any thought? Will it be Newcastle Trojans, or will it be something else, or do we know yet?
That's a great question. Darrell Radford from the Courier-Times here in Newcastle asked about the names or the mascots of the teams. Those will be chosen by the owners. That's the owner's prerogatives. I know, for example, down in Bedford, the owner, who happens to be a friend of mine, and when I was in the timber buying business, they kind of like the idea of Bedford Timberjacks. So it's not official yet. I mean, we're still in the process, but it's up to them. I mean, it's up to the owners to decide.
Hey, Ken?
Yes, sir.
November 7th at the Hoosier Gym. Talk about how important it is for players that want to potentially play in this league actually show up and participate on that day.
Thank you, Steve. The question was, how important is it for players to show up and participate in our combine on November 7th at the Hoosier Gym? It's very important because what it gives them an opportunity to be a part of an opportunity to play professional basketball and get paid for doing it. You know, of course, we're not anywhere close to the NBA. That's a far cry from that, but it's allowing players an opportunity to fulfill their professional basketball career. It gives them an opportunity to then also be a part of other combines as well as our exhibition games, which is part of our tryout process. Okay. Any other questions?
Will there be NBA teams that are affiliated with these teams at all, or is that just kind of remains to be seen?
That's another great question, Daryl. You're full of great questions today. Are you a reporter? Great question. Will any of the NBA teams, or will any of our teams be affiliated with the NBA teams? No. You know, that's not saying that the NBA teams won't be hearing about us and coming and look at maybe some of the talent when it comes to like 10-day contracts, what have you. Then, of course, you got the G League that these players are hoping to have an opportunity to participate in, as well as some of the teams overseas as well. So, but as far as an affiliation, no, we're not affiliated with any NBA team.
Piggybacking off of Daryl's comment, talk a little bit about Bob's interest in this, especially in California with having 3 teams already, and some of the interest that he's been seeing out of some of his players.
Question was, what's really Bob Petty's role and his experience in bringing semi-professional basketball to Indiana? Well, first of all, Bob had a semi-professional basketball team a few years ago out of Pendleton called the Legends, Pendleton Legends, and he had a lot of success with that and everything. Unfortunately, he had a family situation that came up that he was not able to continue to pursue the league and keep it going. He moved to San Diego, California, where he's in the fundraising business and has been for many years. He has 3 teams out there that he's kind of overseeing and helping with the basketball league and out there, and he's very knowledgeable about the game of basketball. He himself could be potentially playing. He's that good a player, and he also is a great coach. He knows how to talk to kids or talk to people, encourage them, mentor them, and everything. And so Bob is going to be a tremendous asset to what we've got here, and his expertise, knowledge, and experience is given me a lot of peace and comfort knowing that I've got somebody to lean on.
Ken, if there's one thing you want everyone here to leave with today, what's that one message that you would like for them to leave with?
The one message that I think that I would like to have people leave with is that our organization is it's about not just the players, it's about the community, the schools, bringing together talented basketball players, but to be a part of the community to help encourage the community to know that these players are good quality players, they're good quality people, and we want to make sure that people understand that our approach to the game, our approach to the community involvement, the schools and what have you is one of the most important things that we have going for us here in this basketball league. Any other questions? Yes, Rex.
As you have this combine, will you try to keep the players in the general geographical area for your teams? Say, hey, Kevin Bedford, you said for the team in Newcastle.
Good question. The question was, are we going to try and keep players within the general vicinity of the teams that we have? Our players can come from anywhere, even out of state. They're welcome to the combine. You know, there's a fee for the combine to cover rental and what expenses and what have you. But those players can come from anywhere. They just got to perform at the tryout and the exhibition. So it will be upon them if they're, let's say, from out of state. If they get chosen for a team here in, let's say, Newcastle, it's up to them to decide if they're going to move here or to commute. So that's on them. But we're not making any decisions based on locale or players within a certain area or territory. Those players will be selected based on their performance on the basketball court at the combine tryout and as well as the exhibition games.
Kent, is there a place where people watching now can go to and learn more information?
At this time, we're in the process of putting together a website. I, of course, am not technically capable of doing so, but through your great website and all, xlhsports.com, and some of your contacts will be able to provide that information for people.
Again, the tryout at the Hoosier Gym, is that open to anybody or is it an invitation only kind of thing?
In regards to players coming to participate in the combine at the Hoosier Gym, it's open to anybody. There is a registration fee. They pay the registration fee, and they will have an opportunity to perform in front of the coaches, the general managers, and our staff as well.
Kent, I'm assuming that COVID procedures will be in place for that day?
Question is, will COVID procedures be involved during that time? Absolutely. We and I'm glad you brought that up, Steve, because we are following suit, of course, with our government, our state, our schools will be required by the schools to provide that COVID protocol. We'll adhere to all that. Our gymnasiums, everything will have the COVID protocol based on whatever those locations or facilities that we're involved with will have for us. Plus, we have a COVID waiver that we'll provide for the players as well. Okay. Any other questions? Wow. Okay. Well, thank you all very much for being here today. I really appreciate your support, your interest. You know, this is our maiden voyage in semi-pro basketball, but we feel that there's enough talent out there to provide a great family experience for the different communities that we'll be involved in. And again, this is our first year where we plan on having anywhere from 4 to 6 teams participating. So keep an eye out for us. Please go to xlhsports.com for more information. So again, thank you so much. God bless you all, and God bless America.